Are you buying and selling cryptos on the same laptop that you're using to browse the internet, read your email, and visit social media sites? If so, you're exposing your cryptos to theft. Whenever you're online, you're at risk of getting hacked and having your identity stolen. How would you feel if someone stole all of your cryptos? What would that do to your finances? Guard your cryptos with a safe and secure laptop from CALIX Solutions. Each laptop is set up just for you and your cryptos, and then we walk you through exactly how it works. Don't risk the security of your cryptos. Order a crypto laptop from CALIX Solutions now to secure your crypto future. Learn more at calixsolutions.io.
And we are live from St. Louis. How are you, Patrick?
Fine. And you, Ben?
I am sexy as ever. As
of course. Yes, you are.
You're going to give me a big head, Patrick. You know I already got ego.
You already have one. You've got no body now. You're a lollipop head.
Oh my God. I feel like a lollipop head. What I feel like is one of those Hollywood people who are real slender, but they got like a big melon.
Yeah.
Who's that late night guy with the red hair?
Yeah. Went to Harvard. Yeah.
He went to Harvard?
Yeah.
No, what was his
Colin?
name?
Is it Colin? No.
Someone in the chat will know. He has red hair. He's really tall, real annoying fucker. Conan O'Brien.
Oh, Conan.
He has the biggest head in the world, and he's like super skinny like me, except I got muscles. You see that? The weights are over there.
And you know because you walked past them.
Absolutely, right on my way to the hot tub or the sauna.
Yeah.
I don't work out. I don't.
There was a funny meme. There was this old. They said he was a Chinese doctor, and he's wearing a white lab coat and has the stethoscope around his neck, and he's got a cigarette in his hand. And he was asked whether or not you should exercise. And he said, "No, that's ridiculous. Your heart has a preordained number of beats to it. Why are you going to accelerate and cause yourself to die sooner?"
That's what I have been trying to tell all my friends who exercise, which includes you, Patrick, because you actually like lift weights and shit. You don't hot rod a classic car. Right? You don't go zooming around, hitting the gas, slamming the brakes, working it out real hard. You baby it.
Well, first of all, if that's your attitude, you're not going to enjoy the car. Second of all, that's not a showroom model that we're operating here.
Well, that's true. You're kind of like an old, I guess, like work truck, maybe a 1957 Chevy work truck.
I'll take it.
Got the shit beat out of it, but you look at it and you go, I bet it looks good at one time. Now it's rusty and old.
Yeah. There's a bit of glory days associated with that. That's okay.
Absolutely. So I read X went crazy yesterday with the announcement that what's their ticker? GMS? Is it GMS? Damn it. It's that
GME?
Yes, GME, which is GameStop.
Oh, GameStop. Yes.
They are officially taking the $400 billion, or maybe it's like $200 billion, and they're going to buy Bitcoin with it. Michael Saylor announced it on X yesterday. He's who talked him into it. And once again, here we go. It's more and more corporations are actually buying it, and also countries are also buying it. Everyone's buying it. Russia and Japan, I know, are absolutely friggin' out there getting them some Bitcoin. I know for a fact because I know the one guy at the Russian exchange, which is not an exchange, it's an over-the-counter. And I know Japan is because they use a place out of South Korea, which I don't know why they don't use a Japanese exchange. But
I think the Japanese exchanges are far more regulated than the South Koreans are.
I think the reason that Japan is using the one in South Korea is so that no one knows they're buying it in Japan. Because if they were at one of their own exchanges actually buying it, that would leak out. That would leak out really, really quick.
Right.
The only reason I know it is the gal at the South Korea one. I've actually known her for years. She used to work at was it Kraken? I think she worked at Kraken years ago, and then she went home because she's originally from there, and
Right.
that's when she launched the exchange over there. Oh, what's on your radar right now?
Well, from an international perspective, I'm more than amused by what's going on with respect to this signal kerfluffle that's taken place.
Really?
Accusations that intelligence and military folks at the higher end were involved. Actually tied in the editor of The Atlantic into a chat that disclosed some information about an attack on the Houthis. And of course, The Atlantic, being a progressive publication, screamed that the actions, they shared this with the Democrats, and the Democrats were saying that battle plans were shared and everything else. There was no battle plans shared. They identified that the plan was ready. There was no identification of locations. They did identify the weapon of choice that was being used. I believe they were F-18s. There were two different types, but they didn't say when, where, why, and how. And of course, the Atlantic was saying, well, but we have battle plans. Those aren't battle plans.
No.
You should see battle plans. Battle plans don't fit in the chat.
No.
For one. Yeah.
You don't. Here, I'll just copy paste you.
Yeah. Yeah. So, and my point is, this is a distraction.
Oh, absolutely.
This is one of many. So,
Because they know April 2nd is on its way. And that's Liberty Day, apparently, according to Trump. That's when all of the reciprocal, I think that's a word, reciprocal tariffs kick in. That means everyone who actually tariffs us, they receive the exact same tariffs on them that they tariff us. And you know who really makes a shit ton of money off of tariffs on us is Ireland.
Yeah.
Isn't it something like 100% or like 200%? It's ridiculous. Like their whole economy runs on our fucking money.
Although I think we owe them that much now that they've taken Rosie O'Donnell off of our hands.
Well, I agree. As thank God. And maybe that explains why egg prices went down.
It could.
Because she ain't eating them all.
Right.
That's why chocolate's a little bit cheaper now. Because can you imagine her grocery bill? Hook her up. Rosie O'Donnell is one of the most unattractive women in the world. Is she a lesbian?
Yes, sir.
That makes sense. That absolutely makes sense. Because I don't know a guy, even an ugly guy, that would hit that. Ugh.
Yeah.
That's all I got to say about that.
Yeah.
News is that the guys over in the Middle East, we are talking
Iran.
No. The Saudi Arabia, a few other of the oil companies are buying friggin' Bitcoin hand over fist. Now, they apparently are getting it. They're actually buying some, but most of theirs that they are getting, they are actually creating using rigs. They are actually mining it and receiving it that way. Russia has a lot of rigs too, but Russia is actually trying to front run America like everyone else is. And did you think 7 or 8 years ago, hell, almost 9 years, I think now, when we originally got in this, did you think 9 years later that the U.S. government would be like, yeah, we're going to put Bitcoin on the reserve?
No. No, absolutely not.
Yeah.
No. I thought that would have been antithetical to what the U.S. government was doing in terms of the direction they wanted to go in. No.
Yeah. Well, the progressive government, yes. Trump and Austrian economics, all for it. Because it is Austrian economics at its best. That's what the Bitcoin is. It is pure Austrian economics at its best. And it's Trump doesn't want the American, or let me put it this way, Trump does not want the Federal Reserve note as the global currency. He wants the U.S. dollar, the U.S. Treasury dollar, to be the reserve currency. And that's why I believe, I think, I hope, and I'm pretty sure I'm right on this, that Trump is going to roll the Federal Reserve into the Treasury. In fact, in 2017, he talked about it and explained how we don't really need a Federal Reserve anymore, and we never really did. And I think he's just going to roll the Federal Reserve into the Treasury, and we will no longer have an IRS. We will have an ERS, External Reserve Service, or whatever he calls it now. And he's going back to the old days where the government ran on tariffs, and he's getting rid of taxes. I love it.
Yeah. There was a bill that was put forth, and all Democrats voted against it, and it would have been no tax on tips, a number of other things, but no tax on Social Security. I can't remember what the other tax was. And the Democrats all voted it down. No, because if you don't have that, you don't have a revenue stream for their social programs.
Right. If I recall correctly, it was no tax on tips or overtime or Social Security.
Yeah.
And how in the hell are they getting away? I never understood that. Why do you tax Social Security? You're sending someone a check, but you're going to hold a little bit of it.
You're sending a check based on withholdings that I've had in the past.
Yeah.
And I'm getting taxed on that a second time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How the hell does that work?
Well, it was working well for them until they got called on it.
Yeah.
And now they're saying, no, we're this is okay. We're not going backwards.
Yeah, it's
not backwards.
Because the progressives are just about control. That's all they care about.
Yeah.
They don't. I've always said this. When you print the money, you're not in it for the money.
No.
Right?
No.
All of these people who say, "Oh, well, they go to Washington D.C. just so they can, get all the money." Folks, they print the money. If they want money, and mark my words, it's going to come out that there's a lot more M2 supply than we know. Remember the pallet of cash? I think there might have been 2 of them that Obama dropped off over in Iran. Remember that?
Yeah.
Why the hell are we dropping billions of dollars in cash to Iran? Unless the CIA actually runs Iran.
Oh, yeah, that's backdoor money.
Absolutely it is. Hang on, I need a little bit more Red Bull. There we go. Cheers. There we go. Yeah. If you know your history, North Korea CIA. Iran, CIA. Saudi Arabia, they tried getting, but they didn't. Korea, South Korea, all of these wars, right? East Germany, West Germany, all that bullshit. Whenever they had a war, and they had one country that they broke in half, because on one side you had the communist, on the other side you had the Western friendlies. The Western friendlies were governments that the CIA put in place. The communists were the progressives and the communist revolutionaries that the CIA, which back in that day it wasn't called the CIA, I think it was the ISS prior to the CIA. We created all of this shit. It's why Osama bin Laden, we trained him and his troops in the 70s. And then we had the USSR go in to Afghanistan, and I'm pretty sure Russia lost, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
The Mujahideen defeated them. They got weapons from the CIA. Congressman, I believe it was Joe Edwards.
Yep.
Was funding the operations from his hot tub in D.C. Yeah. And that was their Vietnam. That was their Vietnam.
Exactly. And look at Iran-Contra. I mean, we had Air America flying drugs and weapons all over the place. And it was the CIA running all that shit.
Well, I mean, Iran-Contra was the intelligence community's version of putting on a show and a bake sale.
Yes.
We need funding. So here we go.
Yep.
We're going to run guns. Yeah, we're going to run guns, and we're going to help the Afghanis grow poppies. And allegedly, if you listen to John Kiriakis, who's a former CIA agent, he said allegedly that the government knew. This was after Gulf Storm, and we were in Iraq and Afghanistan. They knew that their U.S. aid money was going to seed for poppies in the fields there. But the rationalization was that heroin was going to Russia. That's okay.
That's right. We're going to send them some heroin.
Yeah, we get the moral support. Yeah. The moral superiority says it's okay if we send it to Russia. And there was someplace else that was getting it too, and they were just.
Yeah. It's since you're an old guy, you'll probably remember this. What led up to the church hearings? Wasn't that in like 1977? Yeah. What led up to that? Because the CIA and the intelligence they got in a bunch of trouble. And that's what that was over, wasn't
it? Pardon me. That was part of it. That was 75.
Okay.
I think that may have had a lot to do with what was going on in Cambodia also.
Also, the CIA.
Yeah. Let's see. Oh, and you'll like this. MK Ultra was divulged during those hearings.
That's right.
Yeah.
A shout out to the Unabomber, not saying what he did was right, but what he wrote was right.
Right.
If he just would have wrote the paper, the manifesto, and had it published, whole different game. But when you start blowing fuckers up, that's when people get a little iffy.
Yeah. Within the report, there were attempts to assassinate foreign leaders. Let's see. There was an NSA watch list that included prominent members like Joanne Woodward, Thomas Watson, Walter Mondale.
Wait. Wasn't Joanne Woodward, wasn't she actually married to the other Woodward?
This is an actress.
Oh, okay. Because wow, we got Watergate in this.
Yeah. Joanne Woodward was married to Paul Newman.
Oh, okay.
There were a bunch of Hollywood types that were involved in that. There was they had something that they called Operation Shamrock, came out in the church hearings, which
wasn't that the IRA thing?
No, it had nothing to do with the IRA. It was major telecommunications companies shared their traffic with the NSA. So this was pre-Snowden, but comparable in terms of its impact.
This is why I cannot grasp how people through the years of this show, as long as I have been doing this show, I've had so many people be like, oh, you're a conspiracy theorist. You know who our government is, right?
Yeah. Well, you know what? You may be a conspiracy theorist, but in order for it to be a conspiracy, it had to have been a theory at one point.
Yeah.
So that's just part of the etymology, the progression. It goes from being a thought to being labeled as a conspiracy theory by people who are suspicious, who don't want to hear that the other parties or the parties involved are involved to begin with.
Yep.
And take that down the rabbit hole, but we can't go there because that'll disrupt my life.
Right. And his whole idea that the federal government would never do that. Really? Because that's the same federal government that shipped cocaine into California and Los Angeles to get black people hooked on crack.
Yeah.
Admittedly, we have witnesses.
Yeah.
And I mean, we have people who worked for the CIA. Who's that one guy who Confessions of an Economic Hitman? Have you ever read that book?
I have not. I know who you're talking about.
Give that a read. no, no wonder everyone hates America. We fuck with everybody. Everybody. If we don't like you, we
John Perkins.
Read, give that book a read, Patrick. It'll blow your mind. He'd head down there, offer him loans and offer him this and offer him that. And if they say no, he is like, well,
Was Perkins also involved in the fly-in to Arkansas with the cocaine stream? Wasn't he involved in that also?
Yes, him and Epstein. Because Epstein ran the plane school or airline school in Florida that they'd fly in. They'd land in Florida or in Arkansas. Now, in the 90s, they'd fly Florida to Arkansas and up to Ohio, where Epstein shared that house with
Wes Lexner.
Yep. They had an airport like literally right next door. And that's where they flew in all the drugs, all of the underage young ladies from Ukraine. Because Ukraine, anybody want to take a guess that over the last 30 years, what country has the most, what do you call it, like a modeling agency in the world? Ukraine. They had over 7,000 modeling agencies in Ukraine. And that's where Lexner, because remember, what did he own? Victoria's Secrets.
There's another clothesline that was in there too. I can't remember what it was, but yeah, he and now there's children's hospitals named after his daughter in the Columbus, Ohio area. I want to go back. We were talking about this. I found a comprehensive list. The 16 months.
Hang on one second. Word from the sponsor.
Sure.
In a world where your data is constantly under attack, one company stands for your digital freedom. Introducing CALIX Solutions, your gateway to ultimate online privacy and secure cryptocurrency trading. Meet the Liberty laptop. With its modified OS and advanced tracking prevention, it's your shield against surveillance. Access restricted areas, use recommended security software, and browse with confidence. Your digital footprint? Virtually non-existent. For the crypto pros, we present the Crypto Laptop. Pre-configured on premium hardware for secure trading. Optimized for your favorite wallets and exchanges, it's the fortress your digital assets deserve. Both laptops come with expert individual training and support. You're never alone in your journey to digital empowerment. At CALIX Solutions, we put you in control. No more worrying about data breaches or compromised transactions. Ready to join the revolution? Visit calixsolutions.io and choose your perfect laptop today. Plus, become an affiliate and earn while sharing the power of digital freedom. CALIX Solutions. Unlock your digital freedom. Give us a call or text at 702-845-8276 or visit us directly at calixsolutions.io.
And we're back. As you were saying, Patrick, before I rudely interrupted.
No, that's fine. We're talking about the church investigation. The 16-month investigation included 126 committee meetings, 40 subcommittee hearings, 150 staff members, 80 eyewitnesses or witnesses, and it uncovered intelligence operations that were unknown to both Congress and the public, attempted assassinations of Fidel Castro, President Rafael Trujillo of the Dominican Republic, and the Prime Minister Patrice Lumbaba of the Dominican Republic of Congo. COINTELPRO, which is a covert operation by the FBI to infiltrate and discredit domestic organizations considered subversive, such as civil rights organizations, feminists, environmentalists, protectors of the Vietnam War, and communists. Project Mockingbird, which was a CIA recruitment of journalists to spread propaganda through the media. Project Minaret, NSA monitoring and with the cooperation of telecommunication companies. Oh, really?
Oh yeah, that was friggin' Ma Bell, and that's why they wound up actually breaking up Ma into little bitty bells.
Right. So what else? Project Shamrock, which was copying all telegrams going in and out of the U.S., sent by telecommunication companies that went to the NSA. HT Lingual, which the interception and review by CIA of mail sent to the Soviet Union and China under the guise of foreign intelligence, and the targeting of prominent civil rights leaders such as Martin Luther King. I'm sure the FBI was involved in that somewhat.
Oh, absolutely.
Project MK Ultra, which we know about, high doses of LSD and drugs, to see how it would influence individuals during their brainwashing technique, exploration, and Project MK Naomi, CIA and Army covert operations to develop and stockpile an array of biological agents without the authority of Congress or President, including poisons in quantities that could kill tens of thousands and offensive weapons capable of delivering them.
And guess where they produced those weapons? Indiana.
Oh, okay. Okay. There's an island. There's an island off of New Jersey too, where they.
Yep.
Yeah. Anyway.
Fauci, that lousy son of a bitch. I want to say that was the first project Fauci was involved in, because I think they hired him in the mid 70s.
Yeah. Yeah. It was the 70s. And every project he was involved in failed.
Yeah. Well, it kind of depends on what you mean by failed. Because in the 80s, remember, and I am of the belief that AIDS was created
it was
by Fauci.
Oh, it was. He has the patent for one. For two, this notion that, you're gonna come up with this devastating disease because some poor SOB was buggering a green monkey over in Africa is horse crap.
Yeah. I have several friends who have slept with a monkey, and apparently they're fine. At least that's what they tell me.
Oh, yeah.
Wrong with monkey love.
Yeah.
You've heard of the poontang, right? Well, they like the orangutan. Brum. I'll be here all night, folks. Make sure you tip your waiters. Okay, back to the story.
Yeah. So that's what I had on that was my wrap up on the church report and the committee. It was pretty extensive and it blew up out of nowhere.
Yeah.
It blew up out of nowhere. So, what other instances are hiding out in the weeds there?
Well, I want to see some arrest. I want to see Fauci and his wife handcuffed, and I think that he and maybe her. We need another. What was the couple who were actually hung.
The Rosenbergs.
Yeah, Rosenbergs. We need a few more of them because there's Hillary and Bill. They both need it. Fauci and his wife, and John McCain and his wife.
Well, you're gonna have to dig John up out of the ground, but that would be fun to watch.
At least let's actually get her, because she ran so much shit through the John McCain Foundation, or whatever the hell they call it. That's what they all do. Their wives run the foundations, and that's where they funnel all the money through. That's what Obama had. Oh, did you hear how he got caught? God, what was it? He sent, or he had some type of money sent to an account in his name in the Bahamas while he was president, and it was like $100 million. Somebody in the chat has to have heard about this, because Trump, was it Trump who put out a tweet, or was it McGregor? I want to say it was McGregor. But, oh yeah, they caught his ass red-handed. It was I know I saw it on X, so it has to be true. Yeah, well, I'm going to look that up this evening, and I'm going to get more information on it, because Obama is the most crooked of all these son of a bitches. Just ask his chef.
Well,
oh wait, you can't. He did.
Yeah.
All right, Butter. We will be having a CALIX show here in about an hour and some change, I think. Can you let everyone know how they can get on that show?
Sure. As a CALIX client, you have a Liberty laptop or a crypto laptop, you can get into the portal. In the portal, you'll find a link to CALIX Cyber Suite, and then scroll down and you'll be able to subscribe to either service. Both of them will get you access via an email link that will be sent for the live show, or archives that are available to review at your leisure. And every Wednesday we do these shows. Although next Wednesday we won't. I will be traveling, but it's information about cryptocurrencies, about security, what you have to do in order to stay safe, what's going on in the world of cryptos. So join us if you will. It'd be great. So
absolutely. All right, everyone, have a great day. And I'm telling you now, with the amount of money that is coming into cryptos right now, trust me, folks, I'm getting a little taste of the flow, because with our loans, we are doing multiple millions of dollars worth of loans on, and they're buying Bitcoin, folks. We're just getting going on this. This is just the beginning.
And with, I forgot to say, with the purchase of any crypto laptop or Liberty laptop, you get a Faraday bag.
Yes.
In order to protect your asset. So just know that comes along with the deal. So.
Yep. All right, guys, give us a call or a text at 702-845-8276 to get your crypto laptop or your Liberty laptop right now. Love you guys. See you in about an hour and some change.
Sounds
Bye-bye.
good. Thanks for watching. Bye now.
Introducing the Liberty Laptop, your gateway to online anonymity. Engineered with your privacy in mind, the Liberty Laptop comes equipped with cutting-edge security features, ensuring that your data remains yours and yours alone. No more worries about your personal information being shared without consent. Say goodbye to prying eyes and third-party snoops. Enjoy your online freedom with advanced privacy settings, protecting your every digital move, all at your fingertips. With the Liberty Laptop, you control what others see and don't see. We customize your privacy settings and let only what matters most to you be shared. No more concerns about unwarranted surveillance. We put the power back in your hands. No unwanted access through the laptop's camera and microphone. Powered by the latest technology, the Liberty Laptop ensures performance while respecting your personal boundaries. The Liberty Laptop. Your control. Your privacy. Your world. Visit calixsolutions.io to experience true personal freedom today.